Welcome to the Crypto Day Morning. Today's date is in that of Thursday, the 29th of November, 2018. All bets, trades of the like within one's own risk and their own reward. And we'll take a look at Bitcoin and a few alternate coins. Within this video, as yesterday's session had price action get up to the 18 average of lows, and as I've been saying for the last few days, these moves to the 18 most certainly a normal bear market situation to have occur. It was expected, you could say overdue, but just because something's overdue doesn't mean it'll happen at that point. It will just remain overdue until it does. And price action could still very easily come up to this 46 and change level, and even pierce into the 47 above the 18 average of highs, and then you'd be at a situation to go, okay, we're at the higher end of this correctionary move. Mark band should at least start to flatten out, all that kind of stuff, because in a bull market you need price action to remain and stay above the 18 average of highs with support coming within such. Right now it's in a bear market and we're getting resistance at this stage. This is the first resistance test within such since the decline falling below the 6,000 handle. Looking at this within a shorter term time frame, even the 1 hour time, there's a situation in here where it's getting above this level of resistance. It's had a decent leg higher coming back to this previous point in here. 18 average was great correctionary move through the night last night and early morning. It has had one leg higher in here, albeit barely. I think it's going to be very important for it to hold the 41 mid area. If it fails to do so, then maybe it can retrace more. But one leg higher amongst this, as we can see in here within the 3 hour, roughly around here, which would be the equivalency or where the 18 average of highs would come into place. We're still again in the bear market. It's going to be very hard for me to trust these original rallies, at least in the very short term time frame. And the market, of course, is going to do what it's going to do. I'm okay either way if it goes to 3,000 or if it just rallies from here. As if it rallies from here, yes, my buy orders won't get filled, but my portfolio will be doing a-okay. And of course, if it comes down to 3,000, I'll have some nice buy orders that will hit. But then I'll be at the situation wondering and hoping, okay, I figured Bitcoin's going to be good, and this was a smart place to buy, yada, yada, yada. And then, of course, just play the market from that point on. I like the volatility within what a lot of these coins and markets have. And speaking of which, let's talk about a few of them. Interesting for this current moment. First off is EOS, and it just broke down and found some support at the 69 handle, a retest of the lows from August the 14th. So now that's broken down, I'll be looking for resistance at around the 80 handle, 79 in that area there. But this was just a spot for me where I was a buyer on the 1 minute time frame. As this price came down to 69, I got in for an increase in my position. Since then, it started to rally a little bit, but for me, a lot of it is, yeah, I can sometimes do well in understanding where markets are going to go, but I do like this safe, simple strategy of just if the markets go down, I buy. If it goes up, I sell. Because I bought at 6,900, I'll be looking to sell closer to 8,000, as that would be about a 15% or so move. At 8,000 would be an area, of course, of this previous resistance. So a high 7,900 is where my sell order would be next for EOS. And if I bought it, which I did at 69, that means I'm going to want to buy at about 6,000 if it comes down towards that point. Let's look next at Arion, or ARN. I might have pronounced it wrong. Maybe it's Aaron. I don't know, but that's not important to me. Price action is what is important for myself. I got to line it at 12,449. That's just where my next sell order happens to be. I've already had a couple nice sell orders already come in today. And what I was saying earlier within this market, as I've been talking about this for a while, had a beautiful bunch of sell orders up here, a bit of buyback, some selling up here, a lot of buying down here, and now back to selling again. What I was thinking about doing on an aggressive level was to, within this little area in here, as I was seeing it breaking down, well, why don't I just sell everything and then buy it back? And of course, where would you buy it back? Well, where did it come from? And I would have most likely got the buyback. However, price pays, and so be it. I held on to what I owned, and I would have won more had I, of course, sold, but I held on to what I owned here. It was worth less here, and I bought more. Now it's worth more, and I've sold pretty much everything that I've bought in below this breakdown lower. So that to me is just the market's doing what I like to see. Big volatility. Let's take a look at this on a shorter term time frame. Single hour, it just started going and has continued to go off. We're 14 minutes into the session, or 45 minutes 26 seconds remaining. It is in that of 8:14 a.m. Eastern time as I'm doing this video. And let's take a look at this on the shorter term again. 15-minute time frame. There's a nice little move up, sideways consolidation, continuously going up, and this volume is just tremendous. How it is consistently managing to stay throughout the morning. This got going at 6:30, so it has now been an hour and 3/4. Actually, got going at 6:30. So it's been an hour and 3/4 since this move has come into place. 1 minute time frame. There's that fast move, some beautiful sideways consolidation. Resistance short term was established right at this area here, breaking that point. Beautiful gain. Has had 1, 2, 3 legs higher, matching high coming in just a few minutes ago as I'm doing this, correcting within this band. I mean, considering that my sell order is higher, I'm hoping it can make it into the 12,000s to get my next sell order, but market's going to do what it's going to do. I sold up in this area here. I sold up in this one here as well. And another one I had a couple sell orders in was ELF. I ended up getting 31.88 and 36.19. And 36.19 was, well, 50 basis points from the top. But market has these fast moves when they want to go. When they're ready to go, they go. I don't say this as much as I used to because, well, they haven't had as many of the beautiful up moves. A lot of it has been continuous down move, but these plays are still happening. Don't be surprised if things get extremely wild with some amazing moves that I'm going to be very happy with on both the up and down side with a lot of these coins. But as far as this 1 minute move is concerned, 3,100 up to 3,600, so it's like 15%. And showing a lot of short-term volatility. Still, volume is remaining pretty decent, and long-term, this thing has just been beatered down. It's got when this thing again, when it's ready to go, you'll be seeing this go up to like 49, and then you can have a move up to like 85, and it can do it in like 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 10 days, like no problem. Not saying that it will, but it definitely has the capabilities, and I look forward to even days like this where it can do just these moves up here. So hopefully coins like Cloak maybe might give me one today. As we've seen a few days ago, it had this beautiful move in here, and even more beautiful was this one on November the 20th. Okay, we've had a move from this low point here, and it has sustained. Since this move has occurred, the last one, it has sustained the 18 average, which is really nice. Some resistance has been established at around the 35,000 Satoshi mark, getting above this point. This thing has decent potential. I like how, again, since the November 26th rally, it has corrected very effectively thus far. Let's move on next to DGB. It's having a rally attempt from this low and at around 262, currently in at 336. Previous level of congestion area is around 370, and I mean the lower end of it is already touched now. As far as this on a shorter term time frame, 3-hour chart, ever since this move, it has just been hanging on very well within this 18 average, but we see some major resistance that has been established right in here. And managing to get above this, and it's close, this thing could be ready for a significant leg higher, I think. And finally, Ethereum crossed against Bitcoin, and this is a bearish situation as it's in at 0.0275, and it had this range bound market throughout the September, October, November, December timeframe. Well, it hasn't been December yet, but 30 up to about the 36 handle. It broke down on November 19th, 20th, and for the last week or so, close to such, has been resisting this 29 area. And when we look at this on a short-term time frame, if I'm looking, I mean, resistance is wherever. I don't care about that right now. I'm caring more about the support level that it established, which is roughly around here. It's clearly taken that level out. When we shorten it out even more on the 15, we can see within much we came down to it, resisted it for a couple hours or such, and then at just recently at about 7:45 starting to show, hey, looks like we're breaking down. And when we look at this on a more longer term perspective, this is most certainly a very big area overall, as this was the area for support on both the 2017 end of year lows. It was the same support that came down in September for, of course, this bear market rally, or correction rather, which is a rally and sideways move. But breaking down below this level, we very easily could have a decent sized leg. We could be talking about this thing heading down into about the 16, about the 0.017 area, or the 17 handle. And given that the price action right now is in at 27, that would be a significant reduction. Of course, there's no guarantee any of that is going to come into place, and it's definitely most certainly out there. Ethereum is one of the more higher respected coins, but it gets a lot of big flack from different people. For me, this is just something that I trade. I trade this not only against Bitcoin, as I'm looking for buy orders to start coming in soon, most likely, but if it doesn't, I'll have sell orders ready to go. And I am also crossing this against Litecoin. And right now, Litecoin has been obviously overperforming, such as it came down this key Fibonacci 23.2 handle, now up to 29. It is at the upper end of this resistance point. Again, this is a situation of trades I hate to make, or try to call markets from this point, when you have a nice rally, which was the case from the July lows to this high, a very good solid correction, which most certainly was the case from September through the middle of November, and now this move that has occurred in the last week and such has pretty much been straight up to an area where I expect to see a level of resistance. But the question is, if you're looking to sell, what are you looking to buy back at the 26.9 handle? Like just meet up with the 18? Yeah, it might get a small correction. And maybe it's a serious one. Maybe it comes down here, stays for a while, and goes much lower. Who knows? For me, I just got buy orders ready below, sell orders above, and I'm going to let the market do what it does. But when we're talking about crosses like Ethereum and Litecoin, Litecoin does its thing against the dollar and Bitcoin. Ethereum does its thing against the dollar and Bitcoin. You just divide the two numbers together. This is what you're going to get. And the market's going to trade to such. So there's going to be most likely, you should expect a lot of up and down choppy action, which makes it ideal for putting sell orders above, buy orders below. You can see how you would be able to do good just selling here, buying down here, selling up here, buying down here, selling up here, and of course if there's another leg higher, more selling to come as well. Thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a great day. Bye bye.